Hey everybody, welcome back to the Real Estate Machine Show. I'm your host, Chris Matan. Thank you so much for joining me today. It is Monday, October 13th, and I hope you all had a nice weekend. I certainly did. It was my daughter's birthday on Friday, 6 years old. So I snuck out and played a little hooky for the afternoon and spent some time with her. And then I had a golf outing on Saturday, connected and reconnected with some old friends. That was a good time. And then we had a little birthday party for Mila on Sunday. So all in all, a very nice weekend. Actually turned a couple of deals on Sunday. I'm going to get everything finalized today. So that worked out well also. So here we are back on a Monday, getting ready to kick it hard for the rest of the week. So I want to talk today about. I've been reading a new book. I started about a week ago. It's called The 4-Hour Workweek. Maybe some of you have read it or are reading it. I think it's a pretty popular book. It's become a pretty popular concept. Just the title alone, probably makes you think a little bit. How can you have a 4-hour work week? But anyway, there's a couple of very fascinating things that I've read in that book. I'm probably almost halfway through. And, one of the things that is, kind of sticking out to me is the idea of outsourcing. And, I've kind of dabbled a little bit in that in my real estate business. I've got a transaction coordinator that I outsource some of those tasks to. And, I've been doing that for almost a year now. And that's still kind of a learning process for me. Just the idea of delegating and what to delegate and when and how and, what to expect and, try to be as efficient as possible with that. And then also, obviously with the machine shop, there's outsourcing of certain operations and a part when we're making parts. And actually, one thing that I've been doing lately that we don't normally do is freight and bringing somebody in to make some deliveries for us. Especially when we get some heavier stuff that I don't want to put in our van or my truck or something like that. So I'm outsourcing that, and that actually has become a real time saver for me. It may cost me a few bucks, but in the long run, considering what we're shipping and tacking it onto there and using that time, some of these deliveries can take a couple hours throughout the day. So to use that 2 hours in a more efficient way, a more effective way, is kind of eye-opening too. So, outsourcing is something that I'm going to look a lot closer at and see where else in my businesses that I can outsource to be more efficient and to bring more of the value that I bring to the businesses and use that time toward that value. I think that on the machine shop side, I think that there's a handful of things that I can do to maybe take off of the plate of the guys on the floor and outsource some of that and allow them to kind of spread their wings and do things and take a little bit more responsibility maybe around the shop that where somebody needs to be physically here and local to get that stuff done, while I can outsource some of the other tasks that maybe can be done remotely. The whole world is going remote. It's a huge talking point these days. And, the more remote that you can get and the more efficient and effective you can get doing that, probably is going to improve the bottom line. I think, a lot of these corporations are going to start seeing that and, recognizing the efficiencies that they can have by keeping their people at home. It's a double-edged sword, but, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. I think it could benefit some of the people out there, and it could benefit some of the employees. And employers rather, and it's just going to be interesting to see how this plays out over the next couple of years when it comes to remote working and remote learning, for that matter. It's just very, very interesting. It's an interesting time where we're in, but outsourcing is one of the things that I'm going to look a lot closer at to see how I can improve what I've got going and really try to zero in on where my strengths are and grow that way. So anyway, kind of food for thought for the day. I hope you all have a great week. We'll catch up on Friday. Talk to you then.